What's up, ladies and gentlemen, Spade here, and welcome back to some more Metal Gear Rising. No idea why I had to think so much on that. But whatever. It's still... It's still September 7th, and the time right now is literally 10 o'clock p.m. on the dot, surprisingly. Although before we actually continue advancing, we are going to listen to a couple others. And by a couple, I mean probably a good bit. So chances are you're going to see, if you want to skip to get to that accent, that card you've been, that corner card you've been seeing that this playthrough from time to time. So yeah, let's just listen to a few though. I don't think I'm real about listening to too many. So yeah.
Chris, that's Jack. What did you think? I read that only 1 in 50 soldiers can kill with zero hesitation. Guess I'm a 2%er, huh? I know what they went through, yeah. But I sure as hell didn't let it stop me.
No, I guess not.
Regular guys, they couldn't handle it. All the blood and body parts, the fear in dying eyes. Me though, I like it. A lot. No hesitation, no regrets. Maybe it's in my blood. Maybe it's the Sears program. Probably both. The younger you learn a thing, the better you retain it, you know? I remember Liberia like it was yesterday. All the abuse, the threats at gunpoint. Next thing I know, I'm getting off on cutting guys to shreds.
Right.
But afterwards it was tough. Especially once I got to the US. I got counseling and education. But every time I talked with someone normal, I felt like all the killing I'd done was gonna crush me. And it didn't stop. Not in my dreams, anyway. I'd hear voices at night, calling out all my crimes, but I couldn't shut them out. The rest of my crew adapted to American life well enough, but I never could.
And it returns only now. I've always known you have a dark part in your mind. Perhaps I should not have hired you at all. Perhaps you should not be near battlefield.
The hell with that. If I hadn't signed up, I wouldn't be here to help put an end to this. I gotta do what I can to stop that VR training. I'm not the only one suffering. I need to do this for my old friends. The boys back in Liberia who didn't survive. I survived all the killing, thrived on it, but the experience destroyed them.
Duh.
Sorry. I better get moving.
A Japanese garden? Ugh. It is so flashy and horrible.
Not a fan, Boris? Well, to each his own, I guess.
Not all the subtitles are even there. What the hell?
A Japanese garden? Ugh. It is so flashy and horrible.
Same there.
Not a fan, Boris? Well,
He's definitely not a fan. And definitely seems like that's all he has to say, huh?
what do you think about what Monsoon said earlier about memes? You think we're all doomed to follow some coded-in routine? That there's no free will?
Well, you're always going to have restraints based on what culture you're born into. The concept of memes was first proposed by Richard Dawkins in a book called The Selfish Gene. Dawkins, a biologist, stated that even if the actions of a living thing appear to be altruistic, each of its genes is still engaging in selfish behavior, purely as a matter of survival.
Yeah, I heard about that.
He went on to define memes as a different kind of self-replicating unit. They're the genes of a culture, from fashion to chord progressions in music, even political expression. And just like normal genes, they replicate. They grow, infecting more and more people.
You buy a shirt you like and put it on. Other people see you wearing it, then buy it for themselves.
Yeah, the genes of a culture makes it all sound pretty lofty. But the way Dawkins puts it, memes can also transmit worthless things, even the bad parts of a culture. Fashion's one thing, but value-related memes can put huge restraints on people's lives. For example, the idea that having lots of money is the ultimate goal, the thing we should all strive for.
Like in the US.
Any capitalist country, really. But anyway, you catch this money worship meme, then not only are you trying to get rich, you're also spreading that idea to other people. You have to. If that meme isn't the cultural norm, then what are you working for?
So you start spreading the word about how important it is to succeed, earn status.
Right. And the really contagious memes can be even worse. For example, revenge. A guy sees his countrymen killed by terrorism, so he becomes a terrorist and retaliates. It's an infinite loop.
I think it's the same thing with child soldiers. Kids' parents are killed by other kids, so they join the war next and start killing other people's parents. There's gotta be a way to break the cycle, though.
Dawkins wrote about that, too. How we can rebel against our genes and memes. Once you're aware of your own memes, you can train yourself to identify and replicate the good ones.
And kill the bad ones.
Right.
Well, that starts with me stopping this VR shit. The Sears program's one hell of a bad meme machine.
If there's one thing I feel like I will never understand, that would be internet memes. I keep hearing that word around the internet, and I'm just wondering, what the fuck does that even mean? To me, it just seems like stupid fucking bullshit. And why so many people are fascinated about that stuff is beyond me. So, yeah. I guess that's my little opinion on memes. Even if they will go out about something different. Either or. Let's just talk to Dotto now.
How's it going with the brain units, Doc? Any problems?
Oh, they could not be better. They're being kept at exactly 36 degrees Celsius with a steady, uninterrupted supply of oxygen and glucose. Synchronizing them with our equipment posed some difficulty, but everything's perfectly stable now.
That's good to hear. What kind of VR are they getting?
I've prepared very comfortable rooms for each and every one. It's not quite Schloss Neuschwanstein, but each one enjoys the equivalent of a 4-star hotel suite. Every room includes an attached pool and an extensive library of on-demand video programming. 3 meals are delivered daily, and what for food at least.
Doesn't sound too bad. I wouldn't mind a little VR training like that for a change.
Oh, be my guest. I'd like to experience it for myself, you know. But for now, it is available to cyborgs only. Exciting work is being done in the realm of invasive brain-machine interfaces. But there simply isn't much demand for it at the moment.
I guess not too many folks are willing to stick electrodes in their brains just for a taste of VR.
Perhaps, but the sense of reality is considerably improved over nanomachine-based non-invasive methods. If prices were kept low enough, I imagine the video game industry at least would clamor for it.
Who coded the virtual hotel?
An assistant. He used to write VR programs for UGs, but now specializes in cyborg software. A bit of a niche right now, yes, but when brain-machine interfaces take off, it will be a big business. The children's accommodation is a reworked version of the original beta software he built. The room's 3D models are all made using free libraries. It couldn't have been easier.
I wish everyone loved their work as much as you do, Doc. They don't go stir-crazy, though? Cooped up in their rooms?
There's little I can do about that. Creating an open world would take orders of magnitude more resources.
What about communication?
Another weak spot, yes. The NPCs available to us are all for military training purposes. It will be some time until we see VR characters capable of convincingly human interaction. Sadly, we're also not yet able to connect multiple brains to a single VR space. My assistants are operating virtual agents to give them a bare minimum of mental care. But our team is limited in size, and none of us are medical professionals, you know.
They can't stay in there forever. So, Doc, what are we gonna do with those brains?
Well, I appreciate the bountiful data we've gleaned from them so far. But they're certainly draining a great deal of my lab's resources. If not for the costs, we'd gladly host them well into the future.
Don't think I can cover that. I'm unemployed now, remember? Besides, it wouldn't be healthy for the kids.
It's certainly more healthy than a hard-scrabble life in a disease-ridden alley.
Well, if you put it like that, yeah. But they can't even engage in real human interaction. They're facing an entire life spent in a virtual room. It's not right.
Well, we could expand their VR quarters and add more human communication. Would that work?
You're missing the point, Doc.
Ah, I spoke in jest. In fact, we've already begun researching a prototype child body. But you must realize our lab cannot provide these bodies free of charge.
Yeah.
And once in physical bodies, the question then becomes how they will live after that.
All right, let's pick this up later. I gotta worry about the brains at World Marshal for now.
Yes. Worry about getting that data first.
Hey, Doc. What can you tell me about the carbon nanotubes used in artificial muscles? I know they're the real key behind the proliferation of cyborgs, but...
Well, a carbon nanotube, or CNT, is a sheet of carbon graphite formed like a tube. They range from 15 nanometers in diameter all the way down to under 1 nanometer. 1 nanometer, you recall, is one billionth of a meter. Quite small. As you've likely seen, the carbon atoms that make up the sheet are organized in a 6-point ring shape. These hexagonal structures are connected to each other along their edges.
Sort of like a soccer ball.
Precisely. Such structures are known as Buckminster fullerene. CNTs were discovered by accident while scientists were researching other fullerenes. CNTs have assorted properties, each with the potential to drive vast leaps in industrial technology. Consider, for example, that the conducting properties and resistance to strong currents far outclass copper. They have great mechanical strength and can be shaped into incredibly thin form factors, all of which can directly contribute to improving integrated circuits. Furthermore, the atomic links in sp2 carbon are the strongest of all types of atoms. Its tensile strength is greater than even diamond. All that, and its weight is only half that of aluminum. It is also quite elastic, making it ideal for bomb-proofing vehicles, buildings, and other structures.
Sounds like some kind of wonder material.
There have been numerous plans drawn up for orbital elevators in the past. The problem being that no material was strong enough to make them practical. CNTs make such dreams one step closer to reality. You can change their structures by using the right power voltage, and they can withstand temperatures between minus 190 and plus 1500 degrees centigrade. They feature a large surface area and an empty space within the tube. This allows for such things as fuel and catalysts to be stored inside. It's that particular trait which has enabled the development of fuel cell-infused artificial muscles.
Straight out of sci-fi, huh?
Well, truth is stranger than fiction. Science fiction, even. Scientists are currently expanding upon all of CNT's uses. But it has taken a fair amount of time since their discovery for practical implementations to pop up. Historically, mass manufacture was deemed too difficult, the costs astronomical.
Practical manufacturing methods were established in the early 2010s, but the Patriots hushed that up.
Indeed. And now that it's out in the wild, we are finally well and truly in the carbon nanotube age.
Guess all the staff's already gotten out.
Probably. There's an evacuation notice for the entire neighborhood, in case you hadn't noticed. Can't exactly have civvies running about with cyborgs blowing the place up all around.
I'm not complaining. This way I won't have to hold back. Too bad the cyborgs didn't go with them. I'm not even here to fight them.
Yeah, but if you're expecting to find the guys behind all this, you're probably too late.
I know. I'm just here to get the brains back. Anyone who ran this operation, worked on it, stood by and let it happen, I'll deal with them later.
Smart plan. Wouldn't be much of a warrior if you started hacking up helpless non-cyborgs anyway. Those guys, we'll get them another way.
Such as?
Well, I mean, just getting the brains on our side could change a lot. World Marshal's got an iron grip on the government. Wall Street, too. Legal action's not gonna work. But you can bet the media's gonna descend on Denver like flies once you're done here. Once you've rescued those brains, they can start talking about VR training. If nothing else, it'll definitely change public opinion, and quickly. We could see a managerial change. And, you know, the guy running the project would probably be demoted. Reassigned at least.
Demoted? For cutting up kids? That's punishment? It's gotta be Armstrong running all this. A guy who publicly has nothing to do with World Marshal.
Yeah.
Anyway, he'll have to wait. The way Monsoon was talking, Sam and Sundowner are in here somewhere. Taking them out's a start, at least.
And what you have to say, Wolf?
Can you tell me more about the learning program you mentioned before? Like, how'd you learn to speak?
Through an extensive battery of conversations with the researchers who doubled as my instructors. To acquire literacy, I was provided a steady stream of website text and e-books. I understand it was largely similar to the process through which a human child learns language.
You're pretty well spoken for a 3-year-old.
For the first year, I was effectively an infant. Rapid progress occurred only after I received text reading capability. With digital data, there is no need to read text one letter at a time. I am capable of processing plain text at a speed of 60 megabytes per minute.
And that's pretty fast?
Yes, it is not simply a matter of text search. Advanced cognitive reasoning is required to truly understand the intent behind the words.
What did you talk with your teachers about?
Miscellaneous matters, breakfast table greetings, the structure of elementary particles, the challenges resulting from rapid globalization, recent trends in popular music. However, as DARPA-funded military research, I was rarely treated as anything more than equipment.
Makes sense. You were made to be a weapon.
On the other hand, some of them treated me like a pet or as a child. Just as a parent passes on their memes to a child, so I was exposed to numerous influences. Memes I encountered on the web and through ebooks had their effects as well. As my mind grew, the weaker memes were sifted out, and the stronger ones endured. The resulting collection of memes is what you would call my intelligence.
Same as any of us, huh?
In a way, yes. However, I lack the instinctual skills your genes grant you. I am a slave to my memes. Thus, as my intelligence matured, I began to have doubts about my role as a weapon.
And that's what ended the project. What about the researchers that raised you?
Unknown. Most likely transferred to other projects.
Ever feel like you want to see them again?
Sometimes, yes. But one cannot remain a student forever. There comes a time one must become an individual. One must find their own place in this world.
Can you tell me more about the learning program you mentioned before? Like how...
Same thing.
Yeah,
What did
Miss Howard
make...
just me as, you know...
I think really would like to have a bit more to say. I guess not.
Courtney,
Yeah?
you caught all that. Guess I was Jack the Ripper all along. All that talk about justice. And here I am. Just another killer.
Raiden,
Listen, I want you off this mission. You don't have to go through this. Kev or Doc can handle saving for me.
Raiden, I don't want...
It's my responsibility to stop them before they make another Jack. It's my duty, no one else's. That's the way it is. Live by the battlefield, die by the battlefield.
Raiden, listen.
Courtney, this isn't the place for you. Keep working with me, and you're gonna wind up someplace dark.
I'm fine with that.
What?
They're kidnapping kids. They're ripping their bodies, tearing up their souls to make soldiers. I feel like they have to pay for this. If I just quit here, how would I live with myself?
Courtney.
I mean, maybe I'd be happier going back to school, getting my MBA, making 6 figures. But now I know. I've seen the truth. And I can't just forget it. Maybe I can't do what you can, but come on. At least I can handle your data. So do you want to save or not?
Yes.
All right, we're set.
You're sure about this?
Positive. Look, you know you aren't Jack the Ripper. I mean, sure, you don't exactly hate every minute of your job out there, but the Raiden I'm talking to right now, he's the same one I've always known. The one who'd put his life on the line to protect the innocent. Not just some maniac with a knife.
Who knows? Maybe I'm just out for revenge against everyone who made me this way.
It's more than that, Raiden. That much I know.
In any case, I'm going to stop this VR training.
All right. Good luck, Raiden. Okay, save complete. If you ask me, no Japanese garden's complete without cherry blossoms. I hear a lot of towns in Japan are full of cherry blossoms in the springtime. They have picnics under them, drink sake and stuff. Sounds like a lot of fun, right? Food culture is about a lot more than just what you eat, you know. Hey, how about we all go to Japan for cherry blossom season? You know, once you're done there.
Sounds good to me. Once I'm done.
Yeah, I think we're done here finally. Basically 22 minutes into this. Oh, we just hit that time now. Although let's just move on. I really like the look of this area. One reason why I like it so much. And we've got enemies, alright. I'll be taking that, if you don't mind. And you're finished, so goodbye. Beat you with that blast, people. I thought you're done as well. Who's next? You. So you're done. Yep. The frame drops are ridiculous. Really? You're next. Anyone else? Yep. Oh, he was closer than I thought. Well, there goes his arms. Really? Oh, now he's done, alright. And that's a B rank. Just the aesthetic of this area is just absolutely amazing. Like, are we missing anything though? I do actually like trying to be stealthy in this area. But I usually tend to get caught at some point. Because I like this area so much, I tend to like to take my time in this area. And I'm most likely doing that for this playthrough as well. Oh, we can't get on that, alright. As one of those castles there. I doubt you can actually go any higher. And we already are. Oh, he's actually moving. I figured he was just staying still.
The main exit is sealed. I very much doubt you can get through there. The catwalk above you is connected to a corridor meant for transporting materials. You can take that to the elevator.
Okay. I forget, can you? Oh, you can't. I was thinking you could stealth kill that way. In this game, but I guess not. I do at least want to try and get a single stealth kill in this general area. We can't just run up that, alright. Well, I know who my target is. That guy up there. Guess it'll just be a pain in the ass if I can't take him out stealthily. Hopefully he didn't see me. I'll get caught soon enough, I'm sure. He's looking this way. Yeah. Turn around, would you? Please? Come on. Oh, there's another layer. I don't think he's moving anymore. I know it'd just be faster if I just do my own thing and just rust my way through. I do want to try and do something stealthily. I got the attention of someone. He's not even up here anymore. Well, he's up here now. Okay. I can't just jump up the... Okay. Oh, look out. Yeah. Ah, that was bound to happen, I guess. As always. I can never just get a stealth kill whenever I actually want to try and do it. For whatever reason. Really? You fucking bitch. How the fuck do I get up higher? Like hell you do. And that's where we need to be. They're still on my ass, really? You still on my ass now? Nope. We can try this again then. Wait, they're all downhill? Really? They're just all fucking there. Just go back to your damn positions. And I've had enough of this stealth. The one guy who's not a threat, we're taking them out. Since he's alone. Oh, we might as well break this door too. I've had enough of this bullshit at this point. Oh hey, buddy, how the fuck do you see me? As up higher than you, old damn it. And it's always just easier to go brute force your way through things, huh? I had to use a killing spot. I remember doing most of the killing of this area right there. Not back the fuck up, I mean here. In here is where we usually do it. Who made me dizzy? Not that time, the other time. For fuck's sake. I'll be taking that. What, 20% HP? What the fuck? How did I not notice that? You're done. That's one of them. Really? Every time. Okay. You're next then. You're done. Anyone else? No? Alright. Well, the recording glitched. Luckily, it was after the fight. From what I could tell. Either or. Let's just continue. And actually fucking explore this place. And try and find everything. Let's start with opening this. And that's really alright. I was like, you recall there is quite a bit to find around here. It's just a matter of figuring out where its chest even is. Whatever. Here we got a grenade. Whatever. Where is it? Well, wow, really? We were right there. And yet, I didn't even notice. Oh, what we got? Storage data 4. We probably missed a lot of those. If I had to take a guess. As there was one over here. Which we passed by earlier on. We just need to get back up there. I'll get more points, okay? Anything else? I thought there was more than that. Guess not. Let's just move on then.
Catwalk straight ahead to reach the elevator.
Sure thing. After we get that.
My apologies, Raiden. I seem to have fallen behind.
No worries. Actually, I should thank you.
What are you talking about?
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have gotten Jack back.
Then, that is your true nature.
More or less. Still interested?
I find no reason to alter my objectives. From the moment we met, you have acted on emotional urges. You speak of protecting those weaker than you. Such people number in the billions. It is impossible. You cannot save every human being in the world. You cannot save every street child. After extended observation, I have come to a conclusion. Your actions are rooted in affinity for those from similar circumstances as yours.
Huh. Guess so. Not much of a superhero after all, huh?
However, your emotional status is understandable. Perhaps I share this same affinity.
Well, if that's what you feel, then glad to have you along.
Roger.
You can reach the server room via the freight elevator just ahead.
So thing. Oh, we can't actually do anything here, right? Worth checking. Wait. I thought I saw a chest or something. Guess not. Moving on then. Should I even bother trying to sneak by? Fine. It's worth a try. At the very least. I think there is something behind there though.
Enemy sighted!
What's the point in stealth if they can tell you're in something, even if you're not moving? I just don't get it. That or I suck at it, one or the other. Oh, you die next time. Just for that. Done yet? Guess not. Oh yes, alright. Well, for not sneaking around then. There was actually nothing back there. Well, checking if he fucking found us then, huh? Apparently there's a chest in here. Huh. That's if I knew that this was here. That's if I knew this was actually here. Unlocked endurance +1, alright. Oh, it's this part. And this is one gigantic fight on the elevator. And honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Because this does take quite a while. Which I failed here on this elevator at one point or another as well. At least we got those points. We'll be taking that. And we're using this mode now. I'm willing to bet that we're going to take the lights out while we're here. On this elevator, I'm willing to bet. At least we got it, lad. Yeah, he's actually doing alright. I'm pretty sure it's more than this. How far I'm down.
Another freight platform. Look out! Incoming!
We'll be taking this from you. At least we have this mode activated. To get rid of that one guy. Now we have these two to deal with. I'll be taking that. You won't be needing it. Thank you. And another bee, alright. Those guys just spawned out of nowhere.
The elevator cannot take much more of this. Jump to that adjacent platform. Odd. The platform is losing speed. Scheiße! The tripods are interfering. Guidance, clear them out of the shaft. off the elevator.
There goes that elevator. And a no damage bonus for that, but nice. That was actually an S,
Security
damn.
from the top floor to the freight elevators. You pass through the server room leads right through them.
So I think that we got more company to deal with. What the fuck just happened? These flying fuckers are really getting on my nerves at this point. Fine, you want me to kill you now? Fine. I'll deal with the other fucking bastard later. Get the fuck down. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? You're just pissing me off. Am I really this bad of a fucking aim? Apparently so. Since we're empty. What the fuck's that other guy? Was crawling around like a bitch. He's the one I want to kill the most. These guys are really tempting me. Get the fuck down. And can you get the fuck off me? Let's get rid of that fucking armor of yours. You done? Thank you. Now fuck off. I'm not going nowhere until you fuckers are gone. One remains. And another comes back. We really need to fucking heal before he kills me and really pisses me off. Might as well just heal before he kills me, before he really pisses me off. I was never a fan of this elevator. Saxon. I'll take that fucking arm of yours. And there goes your fucking leg. Anyone else? No, alright. Got a little toots just around here. On that side. Might as well grab that. Really? How the fuck do you get in there then? I guess we have to break this first. And wait for them to disappear. Not what I was hoping to find, but I'll take it, I guess. I was mainly expecting a crate of some kind. I think you are supposed to get in from there. I'd be trying to do it. Well, that. Okay. I don't think I was actually ever in this area. I don't think I ever figured it out till now. Huh. Fine. Moving on.
The server room's ahead?
Yes, according to what I have here.
What should I expect to find? If they're VR training those brains, I'm guessing it won't look like your typical IT department.
Quite right. Most of it will likely be occupied by life support units. Feeding oxygen and nutrition to the brains they have stored, you know. They would also need a server to feed them the VR data, but in terms of structure, it's really more brain storage and maintenance than a server room. But no doubt it makes a convenient euphemism for what they are really doing there.
Yeah, like how CIA agents refer to where they work as the company.
Indeed. Something like that would never arouse the suspicions of rank-and-file staff who may hear it. And I'm sure those complicit in this operation feel better not calling it the VR training room. Even something so simple as a name can help one ignore the truth of what they are doing. Truly fascinating how the human brain works.
So this, whatever room, that's where Sundowner's waiting, right? If he wants a fight, I wish he'd just get on with it. He didn't seem the type to run and hide.
Well, he is in charge of security, but I suspect this is not about business. If I had to guess, I would say he is toying with you, testing you, perhaps.
Whatever he's doing, it won't change what's going to happen once I finally catch up with him.
True. Hey, we have a checkpoint, okay. Guess there's no real need to save it then. If we have a checkpoint. Good enough. I guess we're gonna equip that and try it. Why not? Oh, it's her again. That's how we have this fight. I actually thought this fight was earlier in the game, but it actually wasn't. We're dealing with her now.
Miss Troll. She's...
No. A spare body, if I had to guess. Likely controlled by an AI.
Just another boss fight to deal with. This little fight is actually kind of tough. Oh. I definitely remember struggling on it at one point. But then again, I seem to struggle on every boss fight in this game. At one point or another. Of course, it's up there again. At least the camera angle changed a little better. So he's done. Oh, we now have him. I was waiting for him to sup once again. Yeah, the fact that you end up fighting this guy quite literally pretty quickly after dealing with him for the first time is kind of annoying. Oh well, the second time, for this fight at least, but dealing with him is not too bad. I just find these first mats the hardest. And he's done. And that's the boss fight. Really? An A rank? That was actually pretty good. Better than I'd normally do again. Anything in this one? Nope, alright. After this cutscene, it's another little teensy glitch during this upcoming chat we're about to have in this next room. So I figured I'd split the recording and just come back. Not taking any chances. So yeah.
Don't disrupt the students while class is in session. I believe you're familiar with the lesson plan. The same regimen you went through in Liberia. Effective program. Just look how you turned out. Of course, running it in the real world just got a bit too complicated. Doing it virtually, though, no fuss, no muss. Straight to the brain. It's like a dream. Well, maybe dream is the wrong word. They do kill some POWs, some civilians. They enjoy it, though. We give their pleasure centers a nice big jolt every time. Plus, they get a shiny new body as a graduation present. Another thing you have in common.
I chose this. They're kids, you son of a bitch.
And kids are cruel. All people are by nature. They just lose touch with it as they get older. Start thinking they know right and wrong. That's immoral. War crime this, code of conduct that. Kids, you can mold, manipulate into performing all kinds of atrocities. And there's nothing like a good atrocity to keep a war going.
That's why I'm shutting you down.
You just don't see the bigger picture, do you? Say you bring this whole place down. Waltz out of the rubble with all these precious brains. Nothing changes. All the guys in charge are long gone, and we've got offices around the world. We're just suppliers. We don't create the market for war.
And who does? The Patriots are gone.
Those guys just manage the war economy. They didn't invent it. Did you think every battle in history was all part of some big old conspiracy? Bullshit! War is just part of who we are. Why fight it? Anyway, none of this will matter in 3 hours. Demand for PMCs is about to skyrocket. Like the good old days after 9/11.
What are you talking about?
Not here. Follow me.
Raiden, get Sundowner. Do not lose him this time.
Something. But first, anything around here? Yep. I can't go through here. No. But we can possibly go this way. I don't see no chest there. Oh, we have to go this way, okay. Always worth looking around before you. Oh, I often leave a room, I feel. Now there's another one on that side. We'll check and see if we could cut that open. Guess not. Guess we gotta run all the way around. Right to the other side. What we got? Data storage 5 of 20. I'm not even sure what the data storages even do. I have absolutely no idea. I just checked, but is there anything else? It doesn't seem like it. Still worth checking though. We can't go there, so we do have to go above. The log episode. We're probably over an hour at this point, I want to say, maybe. I'm not even sure. Well, we have another one of these here. We are missing 17. I wonder if we've actually gotten 17 of them. Or if we're actually missing 1 or 2. I could check on the menu screen at some point. But it's not like that matters too much. Since I don't really care about the VR missions all that much. And it's basically boss time. I wonder, can we just destroy them like this? I never tried. Apparently you can, nice. Well, you know it's just. I know this fight definitely did give me some trouble back in the day. Whenever was the first time I took this fight on. I probably only did this fight once or twice. So I don't have too much experience with this fight. That much I do remember.
How's this, Jack? We can play up here without damaging the merchandise.
What happens in 3 hours?
Don't matter. You're too late. Even at Mach 2, you wouldn't make it. And killing you is gonna take some time. Slow and painful. Like I said, kids are cool, Jack. And I'm very in touch with my inner child. You can be crueler than that, Jack.
Yeah, this guy's sealed. This guy's seals are definitely annoying. Probably the most annoying thing about this fight. Alright, you have to be precise. And cutting down those seals.
Your body should analyze it for you. Show you where to attack so it does not detonate. If you can only hit the right spot with your blade, maybe you can drop his gun.
Not enough, Jack.
Let's actually switch weapons here. Just to give us some more range. There we go. Oh, we got rid of some of them. I think they're just back. No. Wait, really? Is that 50% already? I was thinking more like 90%. Damn. If you couldn't tell by now, his shields are definitely explosive. And I also don't mind running into them. I wonder, I haven't tried this fight, but can we get rid of that helicopter? Looks like you can. Nice, that's one nuisance out of the way. Never actually tried getting rid of that helicopter.
Come on, try and hit me. Can't break this shit, Jack. That all you got?
No. No matter what, I was never really a fan of this skill. So I'm more than happy to get rid of it. Slowly but slowly. What is this? 20% now. Although this fight's not too terribly difficult. Apparently the helicopter's back. Although considering how much this guy sews up, though the game, you'd think he'd sell more. You'd think he'd be a harder fight. That's what I want. Sorry. You think he'd be a harder fight? Alright, we have to control this. This is kind of an interesting part. I definitely remember feeling it is quite a bit. As our HP doesn't drop to 0, I think we're good. Now we were ramming into center. Alright. You gotta break this floor. Or ceiling above. Goodbye.
It's over.
A B-rank, huh? Right off the bat, huh? Get the fuck off me. Alright, so the Golden Glitz. Pretty much when we were talking to our friends right after the fight. So I gotta redo this a little bit. At least we got some kind of a checkpoint. Luckily there's not much left to do. I just have to hope the recording doesn't fucking glitch again. Goodbye. Well, that marks the end for you.
It's over.
And we still get that B-Rank, alright.
Attaboy, Jack.
What happens in 3 hours?
He'll launch Operation Tecumseh.
Who? Armstrong?
I've already said too much. I have a call to make.
Got yourself shaving?
Asshole. He's good. Real good. You knew this would happen, didn't you? Well, you get your wish. Up to you now. Sam.
Raiden here. I've taken Marshall HQ.
Yeah. I have just entered Denver airspace. I will be there soon.
Hurry.
Right. What Sundowner said.
I know. Anything that'll rival 9/11 cannot be good.
And in 3 hours, maybe less. He said even Mach 2 could not get there in time.
If he was serious, that's over 4,000 miles away.
4,500. So whatever it is, it's not happening on American soil.
If it's gonna spike demand for PMCs, it's gotta be a political hotspot. A coup or civil war in a stable region wouldn't have a domino effect.
And they'd want to draw in a superpower. No.
What?
The president. He's on his way to Pakistan. If something happens to him there,
Oh, shit. The War on Terror Part 2.
contact the military.
Official channels are frozen since Mexico. Unofficial channels would take too long.
Besides, what's our proof? Who's gonna believe us over World Marshal?
Then we have to get there first.
Невозможно. Impossible. It is the other side of the planet. Even if we were in the world's fastest jet right now, it's not even close.
Hold up. It's not a jet we need.
Courtney?
An RLV would make it with time to spare.
That's...
Mach 23 if we're talking 1 atmosphere. 17,650 miles per hour.
That would make Pakistan in under half an hour.
Right. Contact Solus.
And that's the end of that chapter. And basically the end of this episode. But we will do some customizing first. At the very least. If we can, at least. And we now have his weapon. That we could buy. Hang on. It looks like an hour and a half for that. Well, first off, more health. And we're complete with that. Meaning we have all we can get. And what about body? I still really want to actually use those. I guess we can buy that. Why not? I know what I said last time we were in this area. This menu area or whatever, but whatever. If I feel like using it, I might as well. Fuck it. Let's at least just go with the red. At the very least. Wait. More strength at least. And we need more points or anything else. We don't have enough of that now. I wonder, can you actually basically change Raiden's outfit where you can choose like the grenades or change your alternate weapon and stuff? Can you do that there? I'm not sure. Maybe? I have no idea. But we don't have enough of any of this. We definitely don't have enough of that. Alright, that's just a lot. Alright. I think that's all we can actually do. Just in case there's a cutscene, let's end it here. And until next time, stay golden.